Why do we crave what breaks us? Why do we return to people who hurt us, habits that destroy us, and emotions that drain us? We say we want peace, yet we chase chaos. We say we want love, yet we run back to the same pain that tore us apart. It sounds irrational. But it's not. There's a deep psychological reason we love the things that hurt us. And by the end of this video, you'll understand not only why this happens, but how to break free from it. Welcome to another journey into the human mind. The paradox of pleasure and pain. At first glance, pleasure and pain seem like opposites. One feels good, the other feels terrible. But inside the brain, they're deeply connected. Both emotions are controlled by the same neural circuits. The same chemical, dopamine, is released not only when we experience pleasure, but also when we anticipate relief from pain. That's the paradox. The brain doesn't just crave happiness, it craves intensity. And pain is one of the most intense experiences of all. That's why heartbreak feels so consuming. Why toxic relationships can feel addictive. Why people get hooked on drama, or even self-destructive habits. The brain has learned to equate suffering with meaning. The science of pain-pleasure loop. Let's go deeper. When you experience pain, emotional or physical, your brain releases stress chemicals like cortisol. Shortly after, it releases dopamine and endorphins to balance things out. That chemical rebound creates a high, a sense of relief, even euphoria. It's the same principle behind extreme sports, horror movies, or even emotional songs that make you cry. Pain creates contrast. And contrast makes pleasure more powerful. So the brain begins to associate pain with potential reward. That's the pain-pleasure loop. We hurt, we heal, we repeat, not because we enjoy suffering, but because suffering gives meaning to the pleasure that follows. But there's another layer, emotional conditioning. Psychologists say many of us develop what's called familiar pain. If love in our childhood came mixed with neglect, criticism, or inconsistency, our brains learn that love feels like pain. So even as adults, we unconsciously seek out relationships or situations that recreate that pattern. Not because we like it, but because it feels familiar. The brain finds comfort in what it knows, even if it hurts. That's why you might feel drawn to someone who treats you poorly. Or why you can't stop replaying painful memories. It's not weakness, it's wiring. Cultural glorification of suffering. Our culture also romanticizes pain. Movies, songs, and stories tell us that real love hurts. We admire the struggling artist, the tragic hero, the heartbroken lover. We start believing that if something doesn't hurt, it's not real. That struggle equals value. That suffering equals depth. But the truth is, pain doesn't make love deeper. Understanding does. Healing does. Peace does. Breaking the cycle. So, how do we break the pattern of loving what hurts us? It begins with awareness. Recognizing the pattern is the first step to changing it. Ask yourself, what am I really craving, the person or the feeling they give me? Am I chasing connection, or am I chasing chaos because it feels familiar? What does love feel like in my body, peaceful or painful? Then comes detoxing from emotional addiction. Just like with any other addiction, you need withdrawal time. Distance, silence, reflection. Not to punish yourself, but to retrain your brain to find peace in calmness, not chaos. It's uncomfortable at first, but that's the path to freedom. We love the things that hurt us because our brains confuse intensity with importance. But when you learn to separate the two, you rediscover what real love feels like. It's not adrenaline. It's peace. So the next time your heart runs toward pain, pause. And remember, you don't have to suffer to feel alive.